I'm done. I can't play. Is it complete? The WNBA is on fire. Is this the end of her season, or a significant event? Caitlin Clark just made a shocking revelation. As she says she can't play, fans are asking her unthinkable questions. Is it complete? Stephanie White is being drawn into the chaos that is engulfing the WNBA. Despite being simple, Caitlin Clark's declaration had a significant effect. She won't be taking the three-point shot. She won't be playing in the All-Star game. And for the first time this season, her body, which she can outshoot, has stopped her unstoppable momentum. The official term is re-aggravated groin injury. The sort of letdown that not only stings immediately, but also raises all the problems that supporters would prefer to stay away from. Is it really that bad? How long has she been gone? What does it mean for Fever season? She won't completely disappear because she is still traveling to the All-Star stage as a sideline coach, but that isn't what people were expecting. Fans wanted crossovers, clutch buckets, and logo threes instead of a streetwear-clad superstar. The difference between what she should be doing and what she can currently do is what makes everyone uneasy. The WNBA All-Star Game, a showcase for the rookie who had already broken records, packed arenas, and turned casual fans into devoted followers, was to be Caitlin Clark's coronation. Instead, her abrupt departure totally alters the situation. Without her on the floor, the event's main attraction is lost. Although she was urged by fans to be the star of the three-point competition, it now seems dull. The one star who attracts the most attention appears to be absent from even the All-Star Game, which was intended to showcase the league's top players. For the WNBA, that is a gut punch. Networks have been promoting her first appearance as an All-Star for weeks. As soon as arenas touched the ball, the secondary market saw a sharp increase in ticket prices due to the expected record-breaking clamor. Now that time won't come. Even worse, fans are already using social media to vent their annoyance by posting tweet after tweet that says, "Refund, wasted trip, no Clark, no show." Some contend that the All-Star Game is doomed without her, while others blame the league for letting her play too many minutes in the first half of the season. Next up is Stephanie White. As Clark's coach, she is being drawn into the controversy. Some contend that Caitlin was pushed too far too soon by the way she handled rotations and minutes. It doesn't matter if something is true or not. The internet says she is partially to blame. All-Star Weekend is now a place for doubt, frustration, and rumors rather than a celebration. Fans are mourning the loss of her amazing plays, but the story is being drastically altered by something else happening off the court. While fans were going crazy over Caitlin Clark's injuries, Nike was busy dropping a bombshell that shows her impact goes far beyond the basketball court. She is now formally a Nike signature athlete. Think about that. She is becoming one of the few players in history to have a full signature line and logo of their own, even though she isn't allowed to enter the All-Star floor during the season. The rollout is already planned. She has activated her new logo. The clothes are locked in for release. It is anticipated that her first signature shoe will be available in 2026. The worst is yet to come. Insiders predict that the first item, a logo tee that will be released in October, will sell out in a matter of minutes. This statement couldn't have come at a more dramatic moment. On one side, headlines pose the question, is it over? Nike, on the other hand, has declared that this is just the beginning. Even on the sidelines, Caitlin's reputation is unbreakable. She doesn't have to participate in the All-Star Game to steal the show. When she returns, her signature contract will make her more than just a player. She will stand alone as an empire. And that explains why there is such division on the Panic Online. One half of the timeline states that she is more significant than the game itself, while the other half emphasizes the Nike deal and queries whether her career is in jeopardy. However, Nike is not the only business that is profitable. The numbers show how the league has already changed as a result of Caitlin's rise. Caitlin Clark's influence on the WNBA is more apparent than ever, even though she is not there. The sheer volume is astounding. Arenas across the country were crammed to capacity this season, officially shattering the league's previous regular season attendance record. Indiana Fever games, which were once half empty, are now sold out weeks in advance. Opposing teams that previously struggled to fill lower bowls are now moving upper deck seats because Caitlin is in town. One player has turned every match into an event. In addition to seats, there are screens. The number of people watching WNBA games on national television has doubled compared to previous seasons, setting new ratings records. When Clark plays, networks notice an increase. When she gets hurt, they freak out because they know the product doesn't feel the same without her. The Caitlin Clark effect is something that the league is aware of. Sponsors know, too. Brands are lining up to get involved as networks quietly reveal what everyone can see. The WNBA's recent success can be attributed to Caitlin. But here's the problem. Even though she missed the All-Star game, the numbers are still rising. This suggests that there is more excitement overall than in any particular game or highlight. Caitlin has made women's basketball a must-attend event. In fact, her absence proves how important she is. For social media's current wave of anxiety isn't confined to a single weekend. It's about the consequences of her staying longer. In addition to the WNBA, fans are watching her. That spotlight has a shadow despite its brightness. Because while the league is setting records, fans are wondering what would happen if she were to miss time due to the injury. The growth is remarkable. But could everything fall apart if Caitlin doesn't return soon? At that point, speculation takes hold, and the rumor mill starts to go crazy. Announcement of Caitlin Clark's injuries should have been easy. She will not participate in the All-Star game. She is in the process of getting better. She'll be back when she's ready. But nothing in the world of social media is ever easy. Within minutes of the news breaking, timelines were ablaze with wild rumors, panic, and conjecture. In their impassioned posts, other fans wrote, "This feels bigger than an All-Star absence. What would happen if her season ended?" Some even went so far as to ask if the stress of the fever was already making her lose it. Clark's own lack of response only fueled the fires. Without daily updates, fans filled the void with their own theories. Were the injuries that were reported more severe? Was the fever pushing her too hard too soon? Was Stephanie White's coaching style the reason for her overuse in the first half of the season? These questions, which were first asked as guesses, soon gained popularity. Will it end soon? Was not just a headline. The story gained momentum. At this point, it becomes difficult to distinguish between rumor and truth. Clark will even coach during All-Star weekend and is reportedly still in daily contact with her team. But the more widely shared story on the internet isn't the cautious optimism. It's the doomsday predictions. Measured updates barely get noticed, while panicked posts go viral. There are now other concerns besides her health. It's about the fear of losing the player who has fundamentally changed the direction of the league. That is the danger of growing too large for the game. Headlines are created by ion and omission. Furthermore, in Caitlin's case, the facts have already been overshadowed by the rumors. But as fans debate the worst-case scenarios, a larger reality is being overlooked. Legends are not defined by injuries. They are defined by how they bounce back from them. When you remove the speculation, the anxiety, and the trending hashtags, it's more than just an all-star absence. Caitlin Clark is more than just a sensational rookie, as she has already shown. She is the driving force behind a movement that has elevated the WNBA to unprecedented levels of public awareness. Her injury is not the end of that story. It acts as a reminder of the stress she is experiencing. The paradox of being Caitlin Clark. She is a rookie professional who is still adjusting to a league full of more experienced players, on the one hand. However, she is the face of women's basketball, as evidenced by her record-breaking ticket sales, national television coverage, and a billion-dollar sneaker deal with Nike. Her every action is magnified. Every mistake is treated as if it were catastrophic. As a result of her absence, fans are finally realizing how dependent the league feels on her presence. But history shows that's not the end of a story. It's located in the middle. Legends are made of failures, not successes. Michael Jordan was hurt. Some people were critical of LeBron James. Serena Williams had medical crises. It didn't matter that she stumbled. It was the return. Caitlin Clark's situation is not an anomaly. The most asked question on social media right now is it over? But when she returns, which she will, the question of how far she can go will be different. Well, here's the truth. Caitlin Clark is not yet done. Perhaps the headlines will focus on the stunning announcement. The timelines may descend into fear as rumors are presented as the end of her story. But legends aren't made up of separate chapters. They are inscribed in the triumphs, the recoveries, and the moments when adversity turns into inspiration. Yes, she is on the sidelines. Yes, fans are shaken. Caitlin Clark has already demonstrated that she is more resilient than any injury, all-star game, or even the worry that comes with missing games in spite of all of this turmoil. Nike is placing a wager on her. The WNBA is leveraging her popularity as millions of fans are excited for her to make a comeback. It doesn't seem like a conclusion. It sounds like the start of something more significant. Is it over now? The question is that, to what extent will Caitlin Clark ascend? And when she goes back to that court, how much louder will the world be watching? The real question is that, the broader picture is clear. This will not be the reason Caitlin Clark fails. It is the beginning of the next chapter in her legend. The WNBA, the Fever, and millions of fans will all be watching to see what happens when Clark takes the court again.